and welcome to episode 7 of Two Crafty Stitches. Today is June 21st, 2015. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
I am Sandy, also known as Knits and Bits.
And I'm Kelly, also known as Pearly Girl 75. Since we last saw you guys, or you saw us, I guess, because we don't really see you through the camera, we discovered that our podcast had been featured on knittingpodcast.blogspot.com, which is very nice. Yes. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. And go visit their website because they list a whole bunch of different podcasts and you might discover new things, new to you videos or whatever.
One of the other things that happened within the last 2 weeks, which is not knitting related, but neither one of us cannot stop talking about it.
Because we're addicts now.
Yeah. So we joined a new gym.
Yes.
Actually, Kelly joined it 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Title Boxing. And last week she dragged me along. And I was holding out because I knew as soon as I took the first free class,
Yes.
I was going to end up signing up for the year. And we did.
Yes.
So
we go, 3 times a week?
yes. Except for this next week because I'll be going extra.
Because I'll be out of town.
So I'll be
She's
doing...
going without me.
Yes.
While I'm sitting in workshops, but whatever.
I'll take pictures and send them to you.
Okay, because that's not creepy in the gym. Take a picture of the trainers and be like, they said hi.
Take a picture of me doing horrible ab core work going, I can't handle it. 10 more seconds.
What's the modification?
Because I do modify a lot of my core work. Because it's been a while since I've been to the gym.
Well, and I do a lot of my stuff low impact. I'm the low impact boxer. We do jumping jacks and I don't jump. So, what can you do? Like I told Sandy, I was like, what are they going to do? Punch me? I'm paying to be there.
It hasn't happened yet.
I haven't gotten punched yet.
Oh, except for that one time I punched you.
Well, yes, but I meant by employees.
Like
Yes, but I meant by employees and stuff. So we even did a techniques class yesterday so that we can become even better, more skilled boxers.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
And the best part is
that I have a hidden rhythm for boxing, is what I found out yesterday. That the trainer was like, you pick up on the rhythm of this really fast. You're really good at this. Oh,
yeah. Well, but I think the best part of it is when we go around, we're like, yeah, I need to, go to the gym tonight, Oh, what gym are you going? It's a boxing gym. They're like, what?
Yeah, so last night I was boxing, and
they're like, you were boxing?
Yeah, I get that a lot. I'm like, what, you? But you're so girly. Yeah.
I haven't had that said to me yet.
Yeah, well, whatever.
It's more like, boxing, what?
Yeah.
You can do that?
So, also, we had a lot of stuff happening the past 2 weeks.
I know. This one is more knitting related, though.
It is. We do have some knitting content of the show today. Yeah. So, we went last Saturday. It was last Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to the Tampa Bay Rays baseball game, but before that, we stopped by a yarn shop that is new to us, and I think they've been around, maybe a year, a little less than a year.
Yeah. Right.
And it is Stash and it's in St. Pete, Florida. And it was a cute little store, and it's 5 minutes from the Rays game.
Oh yeah,
which we didn't know, and we've gone to Rays games, and there's a yarn store right here. We could have
walked there.
We could have.
So.
But anyway, we stopped by because we wanted to pick up our tickets for Stitch and Pitch, which is happening in July. And so we paid for our tickets, and of course we bought yarn, and which we have in our new things to show.
Yeah. And I mean, it was great. They had a lot of not just the big name brands like the Malabrigo, but some of the.
They had a lot of Madeline Tosh, but they also had a lot of Miss Crosby or something, like a lot of dyers that I had never heard of. They had a lot of independent, I don't know. If
and then the fun one that
I
we got that you guys will see here in a few minutes.
Yes, But I mean, they had a lot of stuff I had never seen before, so that was cool.
Yeah, and they were all great.
Yes.
And
the owner is very, very nice. Yes, because I bought a skein and then realized when I got home I was going to need the second one, so I emailed her and was like, "Can you put one of those aside for me and I'll get it next time we're down there for the game in July?"
She's like, "Yeah, no problem."
Sure. So,
and it was also Worldwide Knit in Public Day.
Yes.
So what they did was they knit outside the store
in the heat of Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was in the evening, so it wasn't it was still hot.
Yeah, but we didn't go to that because we were at the game and then we went home.
But we saw some awesome pictures.
Yes.
And I am sure a lot of people stopped by and was like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah, because they had a little circle out on the sidewalk, like of chairs set up from the pictures that we saw. So it was really cute. And the Rays won that day, so that was good too. Because Sandy was knitting.
Yeah. If I go to a game and I'm not knitting, we always lose.
We were leading.
Stop.
Yes. Yeah. We were leading, and then Sandy stopped knitting. And I don't remember which inning it was. It was like probably the seventh or something.
Yeah,
she stopped knitting, and all of a sudden the other team like scored 2 runs and tied the game. And I looked over and saw.
No, they didn't. They passed us.
Yeah, and then they did, and then they passed us. And I looked over at Sandy, and I was like, "Why are you not knitting?" And she picked up her knitting and started knitting, and sure enough, we tied the game. And then she had to continue knitting for the rest of the game so that we could win, which we did.
Yeah. So took one for the team.
Yes. Now, when I go to baseball games, I am not allowed to knit there because if I knit, they lose. So, and you would think there'd be a balancing thing between like if you were knitting and I were knitting, but I guess you can't really have a tie score at the end of a game. So, yeah, because when we go
and I get distracted, so I stop knitting every
now
and then.
So when we go to Stitch and Pitch, like I can't knit during the game.
Maybe you could spin.
Maybe, I don't know.
You should try that.
I don't want to cost them a game though.
Yeah, but if they start doing bad,
they're in the first place right now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Anyway, so moving right along to our other new acquisitions, which I guess that's kind of what we've been talking about, but before, yes.
I just realized I forgot my magazine down in my car.
Oh, mine is downstairs. You can just talk about it then.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't bring it upstairs. Anyway, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go
because
first?
I don't have a lot of stuff.
I have a lot.
I got the Ply magazine, and I haven't had a chance to go through it because I did not pick it up from the mailbox, and it got put somewhere in the house, and I didn't find it.
And you got that free, didn't you?
I did get it free, yeah. They were doing a promotion a while ago, and if you signed up, then you got a free magazine. And it came about 2 weeks or so ago, and nobody told me where it was or that it came, and I stumbled upon it. I'm like, whoa, my magazine! So it's in my car.
It's the fine issue, isn't it? Yeah. Because I just got mine recently, but I left it downstairs because I thought you were talking about yours. So whatever. But we like them. I've been a subscriber from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. Yeah.
But I did when I was flipping through, I saw one article that made me think, oh no, because it was after we just joined the gym.
Yeah.
It was about the lady who wrote the article. She, I think she was milking goats. That's what it was. She started milking goats. I haven't
read my articles yet. So.
I know. Well,
yeah.
So she was milking goats. So she got massive arm muscles from all the goat milking.
And you don't understand. Right before we started recording this, and I'm gonna put it out there because it's not on video. This part is, but it's not the actual act of seeing us do this is on video. We were flexing our muscles and stuff into the camera to look to see what boxing, how awesome it has been for us in the 2 weeks.
Yes,
1 week. 1 week for her, 2 weeks for me. That we've been doing to see if we see any results.
Not on record.
They do tell you, because we can't stop talking about it. Sorry. They do tell you you see results in 3 months, but we're impatient people. So anyway, so we're gonna get giant goat milking muscles. So you're
Well, only if you're
saying.
gonna be doing the milking stuff, but yeah. But so she got like these massive muscles, and when she went to go and spin,
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't spin fine yarn anymore. She had to reteach herself to do it, and she couldn't knit with fine yarn. She had trouble like knitting with fingering weight.
I don't understand.
Because
I don't understand
it's
how.
like the different like muscles and I
Just by bulking up your muscle. I mean, she just couldn't like move her arms.
no she was
I don't know.
it was just like working with it. It was really hard. She had to like
Oh.
reteach herself how to
Oh,
do everything
okay.
with like fine yarn.
Hmm.
So
Never thought about that.
I know, and I'm like, oh no,
Oh no! Especially
I have
since
so much
we
weight.
just told a trainer today that he needs to have an alpaca farm.
I know,
To be
and he's really into it
I
too.
know.
So,
So,
maybe
he's
we'll
our
get
new
alpacas.
friend.
But anyways,
Yes.
so other new things that I have. So I tried my hand
That
at
wasn't
dyeing.
in new things. That's under something else. But whatever.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's a both. It goes both ways.
Anyway.
Sorry, I have it in my bag from Stash. So, I don't
Which
know.
is a cute little bag too. You can hang it up. It has a sticker on it with their name.
I don't know. Can you see it?
If you put it closer, they probably could.
There we go.
Because they do have a website. It's stashstpete.com. It'll be in the show notes.
Yes. So I got some abracadabra yarn, and it changes color in the sun from pink or from the natural to pink.
I got
And-
some as well, but mine is already balled up, kind of. And mine changes to purple in the sun.
I have no idea what I'm doing with mine. And there's not enough sun in this
Right.
room to see it
show.
change. But
Unless we run over to the window, but that'd be kind of weird if we both like got up and ran over to the window, and
Yeah.
by the
So-
time we get back and change back anyway. So.
there'll be pictures in the blog.
Oh,
that
there
we'll
will.
take. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna at least take pictures of mine.
Oh, okay.
You can take pictures of yours.
Oh.
But it is pretty awesome.
It's cool.
Um,
Like we when we were in the store and Sandy pulled it out and she was like, "Wait, it says it changes color." And so we got the owner Kristen.
Yeah, because
the
I
owner
was
got her
tempted
attention.
to just say,
Yeah,
I'm
we were
gonna
like,
walk out with this,
we were like-
but then I'll get like
Yeah.
trampled.
so we were like, "Can we take this outside and look at it?" So we each grabbed one, and she was like, "Yeah." And she walked with us outside and chatted the whole time, so that we could see the color change, and it was pretty cool.
We did leave your husband in there for collateral.
He was like, "Where the what?" Yeah.
But you get 100 yards,
Mhm.
and it is 35% superwash merino, 50% polypropylene, and 15% nylon.
Yes.
So I know what they were saying is a lot of people are using this to, for baby hats for like little flowers on them.
Mhm.
I know, Kelly, you were thinking about possibly doing a shawl with
Oh, I
yours.
am doing a shawl with mine.
Hasn't started yet.
I haven't started yet. I was going to start it today, but then I thought, well, I don't want to be like writing a brand new shawl, working on that during the podcast and being totally distracted.
You can
Um,
do that this afternoon.
Yes. Because it's not like I don't have another shawl that hasn't even been touched in 2 weeks, but whatever.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
But the abracadabra yarn
Yes.
is awesome. And I think I'm going to steal her idea and put my pink with some gray.
I don't have gray, so okay.
I know, but you were talking about...
I was
could
talking about
do-
looking for a gray, but then I was like, gray. So instead, I'm going to put mine with this other yarn that I picked up, which is some Malabrigo sock yarn, and it is in Impressionist Sky, and it's blue. It's kind of hard to see because, there you go. So, so there's a pattern, and I'll even show you a picture of the pattern. I can't show the whole thing because it's a paid pattern, but it is the Loop Shawl. It's just called Loop by Casapinka. I don't know. Anyway, it's on Ravelry. Sorry, I'll hold it up and show you, and then you can see. So that's what I'm gonna make with mine. And so obviously this is gonna be the main color, and then it's gonna have stripes of this. So that way, when you're inside, it'll be like blue and white, but outside, it'll be blue and purple. And that is why I had to email the store owner to say, can you put another one of these aside? Because after I got home and decided, because I was thinking, well, what could I do with it? What could I do? And after I got home and purchased the pattern and downloaded it, I realized I needed 2 skeins of this. So to equal the yardage.
Now, one thing we didn't mention was the weight of it. And it doesn't actually say on here, but with Kelly's handy dandy app
Yes.
in the store, we determined
the I spin something. I don't know. My phone's in the other room. I don't know what the app is called.
we'll put that in the show.
Yes.
Too. That, wasn't it?
Preparedness
yeah.
is not something that we did today. That we were,
No, we went boxing today.
Yeah. And we weren't. It's not like we got hit. It's not like we lost brain cells. But anyway.
No. But heavy fingering, correct?
Yes.
I know it was a fingering.
Yeah.
I think it was on the heavy end. Though.
Yeah, because I'm putting it with the fingering. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, she'll probably knit hers up before me because this is all I have right now.
And you still have to get your other.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, because I didn't know how popular it was, and I couldn't remember how much she had, so I was like, please put one aside for me.
Yeah, she has a whole bunch right now. They only have
Yeah.
pink and purple, but she was saying that they'll have blue coming out soon.
Yes.
So
that'll be
and
cool.
then hopefully some other colors.
Yeah. It's just a cool idea, especially if you just want to use it as like an accent on something. And with a sun like we have around here.
What? Sun in Florida?
I know. It is the Sunshine State. So I have some other new purchases because I ordered some stuff and it all came in at once. So,
Yay. Christmas.
Yeah, I know. So I ordered some self-striping sock yarn, surprise, and it is from Nomadic Yarns. And this is their trusty sock, which is 462 yards of a 75-25 superwash merino and nylon. And we'll put the website in the show notes. But this colorway is called Beef Squatch. And if you watch Bob's Burgers, you'll get the reference. But it's really cool, like the way that they that it was dyed, because it looks like when it stripes, it's like got the bun and the burger and the lettuce and tomato and then the other bun. So it's kind of cool. I thought it was funky and not really like any colors that I have. So any colorways that I currently have.
So I
What are you
didn't think
thinking?
about this before,
Yeah.
but is the bun color thicker than the other ones? Because
I don't know.
or is it just a continuous? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I knit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please keep me
see.
updated.
I will let you know. Actually, I mean, I've seen pictures of it knit up, but I can't remember what it looks like knit up right off the top. And I don't even remember the order of the hamburger and the lettuce on this, but I mean, it, kind of looks like a burger. And then I also caught an update of another Crafty Girl. There was an update that I had been watching and waiting for, and it wasn't with her. It was it was with I think it was with Into the World, where they do the Captain Tight Pants, because I have knit with that yarn before, and I really, really, really want to spin it. And it's one of those colorways that when Sandy and I look at pictures, I'm like, oh, that's Captain Tight Pants. Hey, look at this one. I really like this. It's Captain Tight Pants, like all the time.
Or I'll like something.
And I'm
So
like,
you
oh
like
yeah.
some Captain Tight Pants.
Yeah. So, which is a Firefly reference, but anyway, I like, so I've knit something with the yarn, but I really want to, get the fiber one day and spin it, and I missed the update by like an hour or two. Yeah, I know. So I was very upset. So then I was on Instagram and I saw that another Crafty Girl was having an update, and there's a colorway of hers that I really like that I've been looking at for a while and have never gotten in an update, and so I got it this time, and it is the Gamut colorway, and this is on her Strong Sock, which is 400 yards of an 80-20 superwash merino nylon blend. And
I really like
there
that
it
color.
is. Yeah, I've seen it like knit up into little shawls and everything, and it's got so many colors in it, which I like a lot of colors. So I was very excited that I at least got my Gamut. I caught that in the update, not even though I didn't get the fiber. But speaking of fiber, you like how I'm segueing today?
I do.
Speaking of fiber, I got my June shipment of the Moon Rover Fiber Club, which I also got a quarterly renewal notice on, and I'm really debating, because I have loved every single colorway that I've gotten, which for me in a club does not happen. Normally
Never.
I'm like, it never happens. Like, I might get like one color that I like, and it's just, it's not the dyer's fault, because they can't read my mind and know what I like. Apparently Moon Rover can. But anyway, so I got my little renewal notice, and I'm debating because it's quarterly, so it's every 3 months, and I've done it now for 2 quarters. So I've gotten 6 shipments, and I haven't spun any of it yet. And it's not because I haven't wanted to spin it, it's just because there's only so many hours in a day. And so I don't know if I could do another 3 months and have my bins that I have my fiber in are kind of full. So I might just have to take a break from it for a quarter or 2 and then maybe rejoin it if I can.
Do you want to risk that though?
Yeah, but seriously, I've got so much. But anyway, so this is the colorway. I'm still debating. I have time. I have time to think about it for a little bit. So this is, I know. So and opening this colorway didn't help me in my trying to make this decision because, like I said, every single month I'm like, oh my gosh, I really like it. So anyway, so if you are a member and you have not gotten your shipment, look away for about a minute because I'm starting now. So this is it.
That pink is gorgeous.
Well, it looks really, really bright on the screen. It's not really that. I mean, it is
No,
bright,
it's
but it's
really
not
bright.
like it looks like it's glowing. So does this orange. So it's not really that bright, but I love it. I've loved every single one that I've gotten. So it's a superwash merino and nylon 85-15 blend, and I think it's 5 ounces because with her regular braids it's 4 ounces, but if you're in the club you get 5 ounces. So.
And I like how the orange and purple are together.
Well, yes.
It's very close.
It is. And it does have brown in it, which I like, but that's
Because all of her things have brown.
I think it does. I don't know. We should ask her one day and be like, is brown your signature color for putting in here? Because I'm not saying anything is wrong with it because I like brown. So anyway, I don't know. Because I opened this, I got it in the mail yesterday. I opened it and I was like, oh, now I really can't decide. So I think, yes, that is everything of all of my new stuff.
Yay!
Yay! So, what's up next?
It is our works in progress.
I didn't bring any of mine in here because, I worked on my Ray's Infinity scarf last night and got caught up through all the games. I actually was working on it as last night's game was ending, so I was like, might as well put on 2 more rows. So,
So about how long is it now?
I don't know. What's that? I don't know. Anyway.
2, 3.
It's 70 games long. That's how long it is. So it's 140 rows. And my Miss Winkle shawlette is downstairs because I haven't really worked on it that much this week. Did I work on it last week at knitting?
Yes.
No, I did
No?
not because I worked on my finished object that's finished. So it hasn't gotten any work done because, knitting podcast, we don't do anything. What?
I've done some stuff.
You expect me to knit for this?
No, you just get the stuff.
I know, I just buy stuff and tell you about it. Yeah, and I see on our list, I'm looking at our little list of stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that spinning hasn't been touched in months. Okay, so
That's why it's great.
maybe this week it will be, because I had to buy some new little rubber bands to use on my e-spinner, so maybe I'll get to it. But actually, I'm going out of town this week, so it's probably not going to happen.
Might happen next
Honestly, might happen next week. And I've been spinning a little bit, and I actually was spinning earlier just because I don't have a mindless knitting project like my socks I was working on forever that I rushed to finish, and now I don't have anything to work on during the podcast. So I was spinning, and this is my Hobbledehoy, and it is the Smooth Sailing colorway. I did a little bit of this week, and it's on my Turtle Made Turkish spindle. So that's it for me.
Did you recently get that fiber in?
This fiber now. Well, within the past couple months, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
past 6 months. I don't know.
Well, then that explains it.
Explains what?
Why it looks familiar.
Well, because
You
I've
have
shown
a
it
lot.
before. I've shown it here before, on the podcast several weeks ago when I because it's on the notes, and it's gray, so that means that I've talked about it before. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing for the rest of this episode until I talk about other stuff.
Then you need to ungray it.
Okay, well, whatever. I didn't know I was going to talk about that until right before, when I was like, oh, I can work on my spinning. So, anyway. Yes.
So, that's
not a work in progress either.
It's not.
She keeps trying to show this one item, and I keep telling her no.
Oh. Okay, so, at the Rays game, I worked on my cowl, and while... Oh, how lovely, I just dropped a few stitches.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, I don't remember if I mentioned it on here, but I had much difficulty casting it on with...
Yes, you did.
Okay, I did.
Because I asked you about the crocheted provisional cast on. Because it was a provisional cast on, and I said, oh, did you do the crocheted one?
And I said, no.
And you said, no. Why would I do that?
It's probably easier. I don't
Probably.
think things easy. So, one of the other things is I was using metal needles, double points, and all the stitches kept on sliding off. So while we were over at Stash, I bought some, what is it? The Haya wood needles.
Are they
Size
wood
3.
or are they bamboo?
Bamboo.
needles?
Isn't
I don't
it
know.
bamboo wood?
I don't know. I thought it was a little plant. I don't think it's like a
Trees
tree.
are plants.
But it's not like a tree.
They have little
I don't
trees.
know.
Okay, well, they're bamboo.
Like a bonsai tree and some bonsai needles. It'd be all like...
You put like some stakes there to make it grow straight. But I got some work done on it. And I think
Yes.
it's coming along nicely.
It is.
I really like the stripiness.
Very nice.
We weren't sure if that was going to actually happen.
Mhm.
So I need to knit a little bit faster on that though, because I'm way behind where I wanted to be.
Oh, that's right, because that's for your...
Yeah,
Harry
that
Potter
is for
something
my
with a bunch of
room.
letters.
Yes, for the order project, and I need to look at to see when that's due. And then,
It's like your homework.
yes,
That's why I can't do those
it's my
type of
mission.
things.
It's my mission. And then I have my owl that I'm working on, and
I'm sorry I couldn't get my homework done. I was at the boxing gym too much.
I haven't brought that up yet.
Boxing is the new Daredevil for me.
Yay!
But Daredevil boxes, so it all ties in.
But anyway, so I'm working on my shawl, and I'm in the middle of a row, but it's just a plain stockinette one. I've turned in my 50% for the owl earlier this week, and I'm actually a lot further than 50%. So you have to move.
Move my head out of your way here.
So it's a
She's
good
already
bit.
punched me once today and once a couple days ago.
Yes. So this is the middle piece.
Yes.
Um,
It's very pretty.
it was.
Here, I will help you.
Thank
I will
you.
Hold it.
Thank you.
There.
It was
Hmm.
worked as a square in the round here, and then these edges were put in afterwards. And then you pick up and you finish the very tip of the cable, and then it's all stockinette. And
And how much bigger does it get? Like, how much more stockinette and everything? Or isn't it? Didn't you say there was lace somewhere?
yes, so
Okay.
I didn't bind off on this end yet. I put it off on the a stitch holder
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to verify my amount of yarn and see how much I'll have on each end, because it's 12 inches of stockinette, and then a few more inches probably.
Oh, okay.
Like, I have to look at the notes,
Yeah.
but a good bit of lace after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure that I have good proportions of yarn.
Yes.
So I'm holding off on doing the lace here. I'm at that point. And on this end, I am just stockinetting it away.
My favorite thing.
Yes. And at the end, there's a little bit that's not stockinette. I have
That's
to
your reward.
do like a pearl or the reverse stitch, and then knit two together, or slip knit, and a yarn over,
Oh, okay.
and then two more pointed stitches. But it's
It's getting
it's good podcast work.
there. Well,
Or
while you're doing the stockinette part.
yes, or
Yes.
watching a movie.
Yes.
like I was doing earlier.
Oh. Is this
But
our
we'll talk
next?
about that later.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that another segue? No, not yet.
No.
All right.
Because,
Yeah, well, yeah.
are you
So
at
did
a
you
spot?
finish? Yes.
Okay.
Finished objects. I have one, and that is the Daniel cowl, which I started. I don't know. It's been in the past 2 weeks. So I started and finished it. I actually finished doing all the like weaving in ends and connecting it last night.
Did you start it at knitting last week?
No, but I had just started it like a couple days before, so it hadn't been too long. Anyway, here it is, and our colors I feel like are really off today. Anyway,
It might be the lighting.
I think it is the lighting, but whatever. So it is out of my hand spun, and it is from, surprise, surprise, some Moon Rover hand spun. And it's Polworth, and look, I'll even put it on. It's a little cowl.
And that's
This is
Doctor Who colorway?
Yeah, but I'm not sure what the colorway name is.
But
Blah,
it's a
blah,
Doctor
whatever. It's a
Who.
Doctor Who type
It's the
of
one that you've been
something.
spinning for a
Yeah,
while.
that I was spinning for a while. And so that I applied at the lock-in that I did.
Yeah.
So it was like applied kind of in an auditorium in semi-darkness. So as I was knitting it, I was like, oh, this section's really, really applied tightly, and this section is not. But oh well, it just makes it, it's a design element. It makes it.
It looks really nice.
Whatever.
I don't
So-
see where.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, once it's knit up, you can't really tell. So anyway, and I'm gonna, because I don't want to get too hot. But that is that. I didn't make it that long because pretty much, this is how much yarn I had. So I
And-
can't like double it when I wear
No.
it, but that's okay because.
And that's a
it'll be
good project that I like for my hand knit that.
I think I actually started this. Maybe it was last week it was like the date, it was like last Saturday or something, because I took it with me to the game. But
Oh,
I had
that's
already
right.
started it, so I started it probably a couple days before the game. It was like this long, whatever, and then I worked on it some knitting, and I was like, oh, well, this will be my, like, during podcast, mindless knitting stuff, and I just kept going because it was, like, awesome looking with the striping, so.
I really
now it's
like
done.
that pattern. So.
Yeah, I'll knit that pattern again, because I have a lot of, and especially with hand spun, I have a lot of hand spun that needs to be knit up, so I'll have a whole bunch of those.
Yes. So will I.
Yeah.
When I finish my hand spun.
Yeah.
So, and I think I will end up doing that maybe this.
And you can do it with any weight yarn too. Like
Yeah.
because that came out to like probably a light worsted to a medium to heavy worsted in places. But I mean I can see it being done in a fingering weight just because the way the pattern is written. It's almost like one of those like formula type patterns. So it's
Yeah, because mine was like a sport
increase.
weight.
Yeah, it's like increase until you get it as wide as you want. It's not like increase to such and such stitches. And it's a free pattern too, which makes it even better.
Yep. So this is what I've been trying to show you all day long, all episode long. Yeah. Background. So I've been slacking in the homework portion of my Harry Potter Knit and Crochet House Cup because every month you have to do something for a class, and I haven't done anything for a class yet. And so I was going through, and I'm like,
You are getting an F.
no, not now. Because you only have to do one class.
Oh, okay.
So, and they have like a lot of ranges. So
Mhm.
I've just been really busy. And one of the things was, hey, you can, do, transform things in transfiguration. So I'm like, let me look at my closet. I have a lot of white wool.
Mm-hmm.
And a while ago, I made a cabled fisherman sweater out of, I think it's Lion Brand Fisherman stuff. It's,
Something, yeah.
yeah, it's in Joann's, and it's like a huge skein, and I had a few of them. And I still had one that was pretty darn full. So I wound off 300 yards, and I got some Kool-Aid, and it was in a little blue package. I'm like, I'll have blue. Apparently it was not blue.
Because you didn't read what it
I
was called.
didn't read. It's on sale.
Oh.
So it was Tropical Punch, so it was very red. So when I put it in the water, I'm like, huh,
It was magic because it was for your Harry Potter class.
I know.
It changed to
So
red.
I did my first dyeing experience, and this is how it came out. I did it a little bit different. I didn't want the whole thing to be a color, like one color. Wow, I think our colors are messed up.
Yeah.
It looks like, maybe if I come back here, it's not as like glowing.
Yeah, I think it's the lighting.
Yeah. But
We'll figure something out eventually.
it's like a pink. In some areas, it's a little bit lighter pink. And what I did was I did like a tie-dye type. The brown is nothing. That's just hold it together.
Oh yeah, just the ties to
Yeah.
hold it.
So I did the tie-dye.
I didn't realize that it was out of that really.
Yeah,
I thought it was of like when because I've seen pictures. I haven't seen it in person. She sent me
Yeah.
pictures,
because I kept on forgetting.
and I thought it was a thinner yarn
No, it's
from the pictures, but it's hard to tell in pictures.
Yeah, it's not thin, but yeah. So I did tie dye, and so pretty much I just got rubber bands and I put things together and had it all over the place, and said, well, "We'll see what happens. If I don't like it, I'll just dye over it."
Yeah,
Maybe
with blue.
Yeah, but I think it came out pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it meets up. I'm a little curious.
Yeah.
So, I got, I don't know how much credit I got for it, but for my first attempt at dyeing, I think it turned out pretty darn well. I did it in the microwave instead of like on the stove or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Do you have to like set it with vinegar or something?
No,
or how
because,
do you, I don't.
you don't have to set the
when you
Kool-Aid.
because I was gonna say with Kool-Aid, like when you get water on it, won't it just run out?
No,
Okay.
because apparently it's very acidic.
No.
So what I did was I went to the Nitty website and I read on how to dye your yarn with Kool-Aid from Nitty.
Okay.
And they said you don't need to set it because it has a high acidity.
Uh-huh.
So that made it a lot easier. And I did the tie-dye microwave version. And you heat it up with your yarn in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you let it sit and cool. And then you reheat it up and you just keep on doing that. I ended up doing this I guess not last Friday, but the Friday before that, right before the Rays game, and it was getting late, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it sit in the bowl overnight, because it's, finished when the water that it's sitting in is clear. I'm like, this is pretty darn red. So I let it sit overnight so I can go to sleep, have enough resting time for the first boxing class and get ready for it.
Because we went to boxing and then we sat at a Rays game for like hours.
No, we didn't just sit at the Rays game.
Oh, yeah,
we
we got
stood
up.
up like,
Yeah, the other person in our row had to, like, the group in our row had to get up and down and in and out
every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was.
So we did extra squats
Yeah, I
that
was
day.
dead the
Yeah.
next day. I could barely move the next 2 days.
Yeah.
But
see, that's how I was the week before, which we had recorded that week too. Like our last
and
recording,
it was hilarious.
I was like, I could not move.
She's like, I don't want to get up.
Yeah, and
My
Sandy
legs,
laughed
my-
and laughed and laughed at me, and it's just because it was the first class too that you're really sore because you're taking these classes and they're from like professional boxers and MMA fighters and stuff.
And they're like, come on, you can do a full body reverse crunch faster. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
I can't even do the modified version of that. What's an easier thing so I can start building my way up there?
And now the next combination, and they like spit out like 10 punches, and you're like, wait, what did I do after the jab?
Wait, the jab is that, right?
So anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, so I let it sit overnight, and I woke up in the morning, and I opened up the microwave, and I'm like, hey, it's all clear. And so I rinsed it out to see if anything would come off, and
Nothing did?
no, it didn't bleed at all. So I let it hang outside for a few days and let it dry, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
When I brought it in, my dog is like, ooh, that smells good. I don't want to steal it.
It smells like tropical punch.
Yeah.
Mm.
So my dog and the cats wouldn't bother it. I put it in my, I put it in a safe place.
Oh.
And so this morning when I was getting ready, I'm like, where is it? I was gonna bring it, and I went through the entire house 4 times.
You sent me a text.
Yeah,
Did
I'm like,
take
I
it with me
can't
last
find
week.
it.
Where is it? Yeah.
And so finally, I got my boyfriend's help, and he's like, you know, it's probably in a very obvious spot. And so we're looking, and then I walk by, and in the front room, I have one of those like Lion brand bins that has one of the blankets I'm not working on right now.
It's in timeout.
Yeah. And I look over there, and then I'm like, oh, I found it. Thanks.
Yay.
I told the dog not to go in there, and he didn't, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
I know.
My dog just started barking again, and I just wanted to take a second to apologize last week because apparently my dog barked a lot because I was watching our episode going, oh, Lucy's very loud today. So she's all the way downstairs, but still, she's got a very loud piercing bark. So I apologize if she interrupts us.
Small dog.
She's like 16 pounds.
Yes.
She's a cockapoo, and like
A miniature
cockapoo. And when I was looking at like the breed information, they're like, they don't bark a lot. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Really?
Mine barks at everything. So anyway, so moving right along, what we are watching and reading. I'm not reading any books right now, because it's summer, and as I've said before, I don't really read a lot of books in the summer. I have been lending books out though to my personal trainer for her to read because she needed something to do, and I was
I
like,
didn't know that.
yeah. So like the one that I finished, All the Light You Cannot See. She, I think, is good. Actually, I lent it to her with Snowflower and the Secret Fan. Pretty much everything that I've read and talked about on the podcast lately, because that's the most recent reading I've done, I have taken to her to borrow, and she finished Snowflower and the Secret Fan and gave it back to me, and she goes, I hope it's okay, but my daughter is reading your other book, and then I'm going to read it. And I was like, that's fine. It's
no,
fine.
you have 2 weeks.
No.
To get all of these books.
Did you see the date I stamped in there? No. So, well, I mean, because I gave her The Girl on the Train, and she brought that, and she finished it, and so I was like, oh, well, next time I'll bring you something else. So, yeah, so I go and get worked out and, bring books to her. So, anyway, so I'm not really reading any books, but I did actually yesterday start the reading and catching up on, because I finished a lot of the essential classic reading of Daredevil. So, according to the internet and what they told me I had to read. So,
You love the internet.
So anyway, so I've started reading the current, well, it's not even really the current run. It's like, but it's the current writer. So, and his first run at Daredevil. So this is actually volume 2, because I read volume 1 like yesterday. Because really it doesn't take that long to read. Although End of Days, which is the one I was talking about 2 weeks ago, it took me a while to slog through that one, because that one was it wasn't my thing. Anyway, so I'm reading Mark Waid's run, and so this is actually, I think he started in 2011, so I've gone back to the 2011, and I have to work my way up, because I guess his last issue is like in September, and then they're bringing in a new writer in the fall, because they've revamped all of the Marvel comic book stuff. So, in the fall, and it's going to be all new, all different. Marvel is what they're advertising it as. So, like, they have released a few pictures of the characters and everything, but I don't know who's going to be the new writer for Daredevil, but I thought I need to get caught up anyway, so that's what I'm reading right now. And then, watching-wise, so speaking of Marvel, so I've been still working on, very slowly, because I have been working at summer school, so I have watched Iron Man, which I saw when it first came out. Like, I think we rented it or something, because like that's how long ago it came out. Like, you would go and rent a movie. Actually, we probably rented it through Netflix, but anyway, so I rewatched that one, and I watched Iron Man 2, and there was a little one shot you had to watch somewhere in there, and so the next one I have to watch is The Incredible Hulk, which I've been kind of putting off because I don't like the Hulk, so I'm just kind of like, I guess I have to. And the Marvel movies are like over 2 hours long, so
I'm not a Hulk fan, but okay, so I've
and I didn't like the first Hulk movie that they came out with, and this one has
the first one.
No, it's the second one. Because the first one they came out with was a while ago, and then they came out with The Incredible Hulk, and then it's another one, because I didn't like the actor.
Was the first one the one with the canyon?
Possibly. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Like, I blocked it out because I didn't like it, because I don't like the Hulk.
Yeah, I'm not a big
So,
Hulk fan
yeah.
either, but this one wasn't too bad.
Nah.
The Hulk wasn't.
And he's not
fair.
even, like, and of course, in this movie, the Hulk is being played by a different actor. Well, the first movie, it was some actor, and this one is a different actor, and then, like, in the Avengers and stuff, it's a different guy. So.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've caught up on. I never watched any of the Iron Man, so I watched Iron Man 2,
Mm-hmm.
and did the Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
did the one shots.
Yeah.
Now I'm on Iron Man 3,
Yeah. See, I still
and
have
I'm
to.
about halfway through.
I still have to do the Incredible Hulk, and I still have to do the Avengers before I can get to Iron Man.
Oh
3.
yeah, I didn't
So.
rewatch the Avengers because I've seen it a few times the last few months, so
Yeah.
I decided not to. But I need to figure out where I was on Iron Man 3 because I can't. Apparently, my cat has decided that the laptop is his.
Yes.
Because when I was watching it, I stepped away for like a few hours to
Apparently,
do
you
something.
cannot step
I
away from your
can't.
laptop with the cat nearby.
Because he like unpaused it, and I don't know how long it was
He
going
wanted
for.
to see what was going to happen next. He was
very
like, I'm not
unhappy.
waiting for you. Because, like, today, this morning, like at 8 o'clock this morning or whatever, when I finally had some time to myself, came in here with the laptop to update show notes because we hadn't put anything in our show notes at all for today. It's like, oh, we're recording and we don't know what we're going to talk about. So I was sitting there, and Sandy around the same time must have thought the same thing.
Yes.
So we're both like typing on our Google Doc at the same time and adding stuff, and all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, the tab key starts happening, and it's like 2 or 3 sentences in to our document, and it's like tab, 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 and the page keeps going down further, and I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, her cat was trying to be a part of our show notes.
Yeah, I was outside with the dog.
She comes back, she's like, it's all gone. I'm like, no, it's way at the
What
bottom.
did you do?
I didn't do anything.
All you had to do was type, not delete.
It wasn't even deleted. So,
No.
so anyway.
Yeah.
But TV viewing wise, now that like all of the shows that we watch have had their season finales, now all of the summer shows are coming on. And no, I'm still not caught up on Game of Thrones. I still have like 5 or 6 episodes. I already know what happens in the last episode because I have the internet and people do not put spoiler alerts on things, and I've come to accept that because that's just the age that we're in, that you're going to find out what happens.
See,
Yeah.
okay, I was telling you this.
Yeah.
Everybody on my Facebook was really good, and they're like, spoiler, spoiler,
Oh yeah.
spoiler.
Mine was not.
Except for one person. And then they just blurted it out, which I'm not going to say in case you haven't watched it.
Right, because we're nice.
And I was like,
No, mine was like
ruined.
my whole Facebook feed, like the day after, was like, I can't believe this happened, and it was like blah 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 blah. Like it wasn't even like I can't believe this happened, and you had to click on it to read the comments. No, it was like out there in the status, just about every single person that I know that watches that posts about it. So,
Yeah.
I still have to sit and
Right.
watch like 5 episodes, but I'm not really in a huge hurry right now. Because I have to find, like, because John watches it too, and so we have to find time for both of us to sit and watch it, and it's better for us to watch it like at night when it's more dark, because then he can see the captioning better. So, because it's a very dark show, and then with the captioning and all that, so, so it's gonna take us a little while to get through it, but I mean, I already know what happens, so whatever. But Murder in the First is back, and they are, I think, 2 episodes into this season, and I've watched both of those, so that's cool.
Oh, I haven't
what?
started watching
Oh, yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, and this week, sometime during this week, Under the Dome was back, and I think they've moved it from Sunday nights to like Thursday nights, because I think it starts this Thursday night. I will not get to watch it till next week because I am going out of town for workshops, and that's
I'm
what
still way behind on that one.
And that's
I like
what-
seasons.
by Under the Dome.
Yeah,
I thought that you were caught up with it. They've only had 2 seasons.
I don't
you
know
were
if
watching
I
it.
finished last season.
Oh, well, you better hurry up then
I
and
know.
find out. Because it's starting on Thursday, and I will not be able to watch it Thursday because anyway, I'll have
I'll be at
workshop.
boxing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's on at 10 o'clock at night, so I don't think you're going to be at
I'll
boxing
be
at 10
asleep.
since the place closes at 8. So, or 8:30, whatever. And so,
Yeah, I'll be asleep at 10.
yes. So anyway, so that is coming back, and then I think next weekend, also when I'm out of town, Falling Skies comes back for its final season, and that's the one that you have not watched that I've been telling her for years. You should watch Falling Skies. You should really watch Falling Skies. You need to watch Falling Skies. But no one listens to me when I recommend television shows, because it's like with Daredevil and like with Mike, and how I'm like, you should watch Daredevil, and he's like, yeah, I will one day, and now he's watching like Orange is the New Black or something instead. So whatever.
I'm gonna watch Daredevil when
In order
that
yes.
thing tells me to.
Yes, I'm not getting on you about watching Daredevil.
Because you know I will eventually.
I know, because I do, but I've also been telling you for years you should watch Falling Skies, so whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, is that it? I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm still.
I think we're done.
I misplaced my iPod for a while,
Oh no.
so I found it.
But you know what? You don't need it when we go boxing because they have music to play.
Well, no, because that's how I've been listening to my books.
Oh,
So
that's right.
it was like in the bottom of my purse,
And
I can see
undisclosed
it. No, undisclosed. I've been
is on
doing
your
it on
phone.
my phone,
Okay.
which I think I'm caught up.
I am just about caught up. There's all those interviews. There's like 7
Yeah.
parts of an interview or something that I haven't listened to yet. Because some of the episodes
When
are
did
like,
that happen?
well,
Second part.
there's like a whole bunch of new parts that came out or whatever. Cause like you were like, oh, that's been out for a while. Well, then like every day, just about, I've been getting, oh, there's a new one, and some of them are like 2 or 3 minutes long. And I usually listen to it when I don't know if it's like necessarily 7, but it's a whole bunch. And
Yeah, I
so-
have not. Yeah.
Yeah. And some of them were like 2 or 3 minutes long. And when I listen to it, I need it to be at least 20 minutes long because I listen to it when I'm driving to or from work. So if it's like
There's,
2,
5,
Yeah,
5,
if it's like-
23, 6, and 4
yeah.
minutes.
So if it's like 5 minutes or 4 minutes or something, then I actually have to like sit down and find time to listen to it because when I'm driving, I don't. No, it's just water. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just.
When I'm driving, don't let John see it. When I'm driving, it'll be, you know, I just, I don't know. I don't hit a lot of lights the way I go, and so I don't have a lot of time to like go, oh, 5 minutes is over. Let me get to the next episode. And anyway, so I don't know how to fix that so that it'll just go into the next one.
Yeah.
So that's what I hadn't listened to. It's just the interview stuff, but I've listened to everything else.
I didn't know that all those interviews were on there. So
Yeah, they just showed up like a couple days ago.
I need to figure out how I'm going to get that in my schedule.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can listen to it on your way to boxing.
I know. I can.
See, a little 5-minute episode would be good for me to listen to on my way to boxing. Because it's not that far. So, anyway, so that's it.
Yeah, everything else I haven't
think-
started anything new.
Yeah, I think that we've covered it. Yeah, for this time, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Obviously,
you're
because
gonna-
we're sitting here going,
yeah.
I have no idea what else to talk about. So,
Yeah, you're going to be going out of town.
yes, I am
And you
going
won't
to.
have any knitting probably for the next episode.
We'll see. I mean, I think I'm going to take. Well, I'm probably going to take some knitting because I'm not driving there. I'm riding there because I don't.
Oh,
yes.
that'd be good.
So I can knit on the way to and from, and it's not that far. It's like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to bring this, my spindle, with my, and work on that in between workshops or while I'm walking laps around the mall because it's like a hotel that's in a mall.
Let me
And
know how that does for you.
What?
Walking and spinning?
Yeah, we'll see. Well, it's better than walking and shadow boxing. So, either way, you're going to freak people out. But there are times, like, when you're sitting in workshops for hours that you just need to get up and move. So, I'll probably end up bringing that and doing that some. And then, because the workshops are all in sign language, so it's not like you can just be like, oh, I'm at this workshop, let me knit a few rows while you're talking, because you kind of have to pay attention. So...
And you have to respond sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. So, yeah, so that's the end of this week. But then I still have a whole other week before we record, because we aren't recording again until, well, obviously 2 weeks from today. So that's like
Yeah.
July 5th. So, yeah, I still have time. Yep.
Okay, well, I think that's it after
Yes.
that whole
Little
Kelly
side-
has time. Well, thank you guys for joining
Oh,
us.
you're doing my part. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, no, I was just
Do
going
it.
to say that.
Do it.
It's all you.
Oh, goodness. So anyway, you can find us on Twitter. We are Two Crafty Stitches. We don't post a whole lot on Twitter, but I let you guys know when we're recording or when we have just recorded, because usually I forget to be like, hey, we're recording today. So anyway, Two Crafty Stitches, and that is on Twitter. We also have a Ravelry group that is Two Crafty Stitches. And we are individually on Instagram as Knits and Bits and Pearly Girl 75. And we also post our show notes at our blog, which is twocraftystitches.wordpress.com. So,
Yes.
again, thanks for joining us and all of our randomness that we throw in. And we will see you again in 2 weeks. So, happy crafting.